You pick it up. You don't remember deciding to. Your thumb is already moving before your brain catches up. You look. Nothing new. You put it down. 10 minutes later, you do it again. This isn't weakness. This is one of the oldest systems in your brain, working exactly as designed. What if your phone isn't hacking your brain? What if it's just speaking a language your brain has known since before you were human at all? What made your ancestors survive? Not strength. Information. Every rustle in the grass could be food, or a predator. The humans who stayed alert to any change around them lived longer. Over hundreds of thousands of years, that checking became wired in. Not a choice, a reflex. Your brain runs on dopamine. For decades, people assumed it was the reward chemical, the feeling you get when something good happens. But that's not quite right. In the 1990s, neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz gave monkeys a juice reward paired with a signal light. At first, dopamine spiked at the juice. But once the monkeys learned the light predicted juice, the spike moved. It fired at the signal, not the reward. Anticipation, not outcome, lit up the brain. Then Schultz made the reward unpredictable. The dopamine response didn't drop. It spiked higher. Uncertainty was more powerful than certainty. Sound familiar? Every time you check your phone, you don't know what's there. That's the exact mechanism your brain evolved to chase. Decades earlier, psychologist B.F. Skinner found the same thing in pigeons. Press a lever, sometimes food appears. Give food every time and the behavior was fragile. Stop the food, and the pigeon quit almost instantly. But make the reward random, and the pigeons pressed compulsively, long after the food stopped entirely. Skinner called this variable ratio reinforcement. It's the exact design behind slot machines and notifications. Your phone doesn't reward you every time. That's the point. Once in a while, a check spikes your whole nervous system. You can't predict which check that will be. So your brain, still scanning for movement in the grass, tells you to check again. This isn't really about phones. Anthropologist Sarah Blaffer Hardy has written about how human survival depended on constant social monitoring, tracking who was nearby, who might help, who might threaten. Checking was never optional. It was the price of staying alive. Your phone just gives that old impulse a target that never runs out. Here's the part that should surprise you. The urge to check isn't triggered by the reward. It's triggered by the possibility of reward. You get the hit before you even unlock the screen. You're addicted to the checking itself, not to what you find. So why can't you just decide to stop? Willpower assumes the urge is a conscious decision, but this system runs underneath conscious thought. Your brain can't tell the difference between scanning grassland for predators and scanning a screen for updates. To your dopamine circuitry, they're the same task. And the people building these apps know it. Unpredictable rewards outperform predictable ones, so notifications are built to keep that loop firing. None of this makes you weak. It makes you human, responding exactly the way a nervous system is built to respond. The problem was never your discipline. The environment just changed faster than your brain could. Maybe the goal was never to stop checking entirely. Maybe it's just knowing what you're checking for. Grasslands eventually go quiet. Screens don't. You pick it up. You don't remember deciding to. But now, maybe you understand why.